Are your students disengaged, distracted, or just not getting the most out of your lessons? You're not alone, but the problem might not be your teaching. It might be how you're managing the learning environment. Welcome back to the World of TVET, the channel where we empower technical and vocational education teachers with real-world strategies and tools to transform classrooms and training workshops. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the like button. It really helps to grow the channel and lets me keep bringing you high-quality content tailored to your needs as a TVET professional. In this session, we're diving into one of the most overlooked but powerful aspects of vocational education, the management of the learning environment. In vocational education, we're not just teaching theory. We're preparing students for the workplace, which means managing practical workshops, labs, tools, safety procedures, and group dynamics. When the learning environment is well managed, students are more engaged, productive, and better prepared for real-work situations. A well-structured learning environment doesn't just support discipline, it fosters confidence, collaboration, and competency development. And that's exactly what we want for every learner that walks through our doors. Now that we understand the importance of managing the learning environment, let's discuss something essential: inclusion. In a TVET context, inclusivity isn't just about being fair or nice. It's about ensuring that every learner, regardless of background, identity, or ability, has a genuine opportunity to participate, engage, and succeed in vocational learning. That means creating an environment where learners feel safe, valued, and supported in a classroom, workshop, or work-based placement. So, how can we, as TVET teachers, build inclusive spaces practically and meaningfully? Let's break it down into some key areas. 1. Cultural and linguistic diversity. Many classrooms today are multicultural. Students may come from different ethnic backgrounds or speak different languages at home. Use clear, simple language and visual aids to support understanding. Encourage peer learning and group work to bridge language gaps. Show cultural respect by incorporating examples from different contexts. This helps learners see themselves in the content. 2. Socioeconomic factors. Some students may struggle with attendance, punctuality, or engagement due to economic pressures, work obligations, or lack of resources. Consider flexible deadlines, alternative assessment methods, or even allowing personal devices if institutional resources are limited. Most importantly, foster a judgment-free classroom culture. Students should never feel embarrassed about what they don't have. 3. Students with disabilities and special needs. Inclusion means removing physical, communication, and learning barriers. Use differentiated instruction techniques. This could include assistive technology, visual instructions, or hands-on tasks catering to various learning styles. Work closely with support staff or specialists where available, and always approach with empathy, not assumptions. Inclusive environments don't happen by accident. They result from intentional strategies and a mindset that values every learner. And when students feel like they belong, they show up, participate, and thrive. Now let's turn our attention to something that underpins everything we do in vocational education: health and safety compliance. Whether you're teaching in a workshop, lab, salon, or kitchen, one thing is clear: safety must come first. TVET's learning environments mirror real workplaces, often involving machinery, chemicals, tools, or electricity. This means risks are real, and as teachers, we have a duty of care to protect learners. But more than that, we're shaping future professionals. Embedding a safety-first mindset prepares students to stay safe themselves and protect others when they enter the workforce. Effective safety management starts with clear, enforced protocols. That includes performing regular risk assessments in classrooms and workshops, displaying safety signage and instructions in appropriate languages, ensuring all equipment is maintained and checked regularly, creating clear emergency procedures and practicing them. Safety education must be built into the teaching process, not added as an afterthought. Here are a few best practices. Start each course or module with induction training on risks and safety expectations. Use practical demonstrations to model correct PPE use and tool handling. Include safety checkpoints and assessment rubrics so learners are graded on safe practice. Encourage students to do their own pre-use equipment checks, developing responsibility. And remember, it's not just about preventing accidents. It's about building a culture of accountability. Documentation is essential, not just for compliance, but for your own professional protection. Keep up-to-date records of risk assessments, equipment maintenance logs, incident reports and follow-ups, safety training attendance sheets, and signed student safety agreements. When safety is embedded into your teaching from day one, you're not just avoiding accidents, but building a confident, competent workforce that takes pride in doing things right. A well-managed learning environment doesn't stay effective on autopilot. It needs regular review, feedback, and continuous improvement. As TVET teachers, we must constantly ask, is this environment still working for my learners? Monitoring your learning space should be proactive and ongoing, not just reactive after problems arise. Here are some proven methods to help you assess the environment regularly. Conduct walkthroughs or spot checks of your classroom or workshop to spot hazards, clutter, or inefficient layouts. Use learner feedback surveys or quick reflections. They'll tell you what's working and what isn't. Keep a teaching journal or digital log to reflect on what happened in each session and spot patterns over time. Invite a colleague for peer observation. A fresh set of eyes can be surprisingly revealing. Now, let's talk about data. Not the kind buried in spreadsheets, but the practical information you already collect, like attendance and punctuality trends, incident reports or behavior logs, assessment outcomes and learner engagement levels, and student satisfaction responses. Look for patterns. Are there more behavior issues during practical tasks? Are certain student groups consistently disengaged? These are clues pointing to environment-related issues and also opportunities for improvement. Once you've identified areas that need attention, it's time to act. But remember, changes don't need to be dramatic to be effective. Examples might include rearranging the workspace to improve visibility or safety, introducing a clearer routine or task rotation during group work, adding visual reminders for rules or safety protocols, providing more structured support for underperforming groups. Always pilot changes in small steps, observe the impact, and adjust. Involve students as they contribute to the solution and are likelier to buy into the changes. Continuous improvement isn't just about fixing what's broken, it's about striving for excellence. A good teacher manages the environment. A great teacher improves it every single week. Let's face it, no learning environment stays perfect forever. New cohorts, evolving industry standards, technology upgrades, and learner needs all demand that we, as TVET professionals, stay flexible and adaptive. Feedback is a gift, whether it comes from students, colleagues, or through your own observations. But collecting feedback is only half the story. The real value lies in how we respond. Ask yourself, what's the root issue here? Can it be addressed by adjusting the environment, the teaching, or both? How soon can I test a change? Be open-minded, not defensive and adaptive. Teachers are reflective and not reactive. Small, targeted changes can have a big impact when something isn't working. Let's look at 3 key areas where you might adopt. 1. Physical environment. Adjust workstation layouts for better visibility or safer movement. Improve lighting or noise control to boost focus. Provide quiet zones or breakout areas for different learning styles. 2. Teaching methods. Shift from lecture-style delivery to more group-based or hands-on learning. Try rotating tasks in practical workshops to keep students engaged. Introduce micro-lessons or learning stations to manage mixed ability groups. 3. Resources and materials. Update or diversify learning resources using multimodal materials to suit different learning preferences. Replace outdated handouts with more interactive tools, infographics, or video content. Adjust the pace or complexity of tasks for different learner needs. You've made the change. How do you know it's working? Try these approaches. Rerun a quick feedback form or mini focus group. Observe behavioral changes, improved engagement, fewer disruptions, smoother group work. Track metrics like attendance, participation, and assessment results. If the change has a positive impact, embed it. If not, tweak and test again. Think of it as an ongoing cycle of refinement. Finally, it's important to communicate changes clearly to your learners, colleagues, and management. Be transparent. Why is the change happening? What's the benefit to learners? How will the change be reviewed or phased in? Students and staff are far more likely to support and adapt to new approaches when they understand the rationale. Use visual notices, quick briefings, or even class polls to bring everyone on board. Adaptability turns a static classroom into a responsive, resilient, learner-centered environment. In TVET, where change is constant, this mindset is a teacher's most powerful tool. Let's quickly recap. In this session, we have explored the core elements of effective learning environment management for TVET teachers, from creating inclusive spaces, ensuring health and safety compliance, and monitoring for improvement to being adaptive and responsive to change. Because in vocational education, the environment you create is just as important as the content you teach. If you found today's session helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with a fellow educator. It helps grow the channel and lets me keep delivering content that matters to you. And don't forget to check out my website. The link is in the description below for free downloadable resources to support your classroom practice and professional development. Until the next session, keep growing, stay curious, and build your confidence as a professional TVET teacher.